partnership or solo for Shopify? What's up everyone, Shri Kanase here and welcome to another Shopify video. Today we're going to be covering an extremely important video which is mostly aimed towards beginners or also towards those people who are already doing well with one Shopify store and want to expand and maybe thinking about doing a partnership with someone else for their other Shopify stores. But regardless, you're going to be finding a lot of value in this video, so I would definitely recommend sticking till the end. But for those of you who are new, like always, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Just smash that really quick because that lets you stay up to date with the content that I post regarding Shopify and e-commerce. And pretty soon I'm going to be diversifying this channel onto other platforms and how to work with other platforms such as eBay, Amazon, etc. Because for those of you that don't know, I actually was an eBay dropshipper and I started my e-commerce journey through eBay, and slowly while making money through eBay I found Shopify. So I think it would be really beneficial for you guys to not just focus on Shopify but also try out different business ventures, because all of these make a lot of money if you know how to do it correctly. And that's why I'm here as a teacher, to show you guys how to do it. But before getting right into the video, I just want to say that I have a free Facebook group which you guys can join. The link is down in the description below. It's full of entrepreneurs like yourself who want to get ahead of the game. So just join, it's free and it lets you stay connected to me and to other entrepreneurs. But let's jump right into the video. Alright guys, so this is a heavily debated topic on whether or not you should be starting your Shopify store with a partner or just getting right into it yourself and doing everything yourself. There are pros and cons for both sides, and ultimately it depends on what your situation is and what you're trying to achieve. And we're going to be going over all of those things in this video. But let's start with partnership and what kind of things you can expect with the partnership and who should be interested in doing a partnership with someone else. In common terms, a partnership is a bond between two individuals or more individuals who basically partner up to do some kind of activity together. In this case, a Shopify store. Partnerships are generally useful for those people who may have a lower budget and need somewhat of a shoulder to lean on in difficult times, because let's face it, you're not going to make millions the next day you open your Shopify store. It's probably gonna be 100% a path of struggle and you're gonna have to work hard to achieve it. But there are some people who just have a low budget to start out with and may not have what it takes to invest in the business. Like any other business, Shopify is also a business, and it is also something you're going to have to invest some money in. I personally invested a few $1,000s before finding any success. It may be different for you. You might get lucky and find success in the first $100 you spend or the first $10 you spend. But nonetheless, it's somewhat of a gamble, especially if you have no sort of income stream and you have 2 kids to take care of. In such cases, it is highly recommended by me to jump into a partnership and sort of go into this venture together as a team, so that even if it is a loss in the beginning, you guys are distributing the loss among the group. On the other hand though, for partnerships, it is pretty obvious that you're going to have to split the profits. So even if you make $5,000 in a month, you're only going to be getting $2,500 because your partner needs to get the other half, if you guys do decide on a 50-50 basis. But let's write all of this down which I just went over. So partnerships, and let's create a bullet point list. The pros: you have a shoulder to lean on when times get difficult, such as covering the ad cost or dealing with certain parts such as customer service. You can basically divide out the work. So covering ad cost, dividing out the work, etc. Overall, in partnerships, you get more time to really focus on what you want. And if you do decide to do a partnership, I always recommend that you do what you're best at in the partnership. So if you're best at creating Facebook ads, that is what you should be focusing on 100%. And if your partner is excellent in customer service, that is exactly what he or she should be focusing on. So let's also write this down. Focus on what you're best at. It's much easier to get higher results by doing what you're best at rather than trying to improve your negative sides. And I have personal experience with this through my own Shopify stores. But heading to the cons, you have to divide out the profit. So let's write that down. Cons, divide, if I can only spell right, D-I-V-I-D, dividing out the profit. And also, in a lot of cases, I don't know if you guys watch the news, but There are a lot of events in the news where partners get into a big fight and end up suing each other. So it is really common to get into a fight with your partner during business. But as a responsible adult, or teenager, if you're a teenager and trying to get into Shopify, it is your responsibility to kind of sort those things out and just end disputes with each other by talking it out. So that is another con that I often see, which is disputes between the partners. I had personally started a Shopify store with a partner, which later got taken down, and I actually ended up selling it just because we started to have disputes over small things, and sometimes my partner was doing more work than me, so he would get mad at me and vice versa. So it got really problematic to the point where I just wanted to sell the store and focus on something else. But working with a partner will definitely give you the skill of patience, which is what you need in business in order to be successful. So again, a partnership may be perfect for you if you know how to work with people and you're on a low budget and want someone to work with in order to basically share knowledge and all of the other stuff. Now, speaking about going solo into Shopify, there are different problems and also benefits that come with it. So let's go ahead and write down solo and write down some things related to that. So solo, when jumping into Shopify by yourself, the first pro that you can definitely see is that you get to hold all of the profit. So pros, hold all profit. You get to learn everything by yourself and implement whatever you want by yourself. In addition, you get to control your store. You have full control over your store. So if you don't feel like adding a certain part to your store, you don't have to add it because it is your store and you're solo. In partnerships, usually you have to talk it out with your partner before making any big changes. But as a single person in this business, you get to make all the decisions for your business. So make all the decisions. And with these decisions comes a lot of responsibility. Sometimes you may not always make the best decision, but I find that a benefit of going solo because when you don't make a good decision, you get to learn from it yourself without blaming anyone else. In partnerships, sometimes there's a lot of the blame game that comes into play, which may not be good for your business, but as a single person, you get to take all the blame and improve from it. So take all the blame and improve from it so you don't make it next time. You don't make the same mistakes next time. And another pro that I definitely see is that you get to basically work on your own schedule and do whatever the hell you want yourself. This may not be the case in partnerships because you may sometimes have to take command for your partner, especially if they're more experienced in Shopify than you. But let's also write this down. Work on your own schedule. But along with the pros, there come a lot of cons, and let's go on to the cons. The first con that I definitely see is that you have to handle all of the cost for your business yourself. So handle all the cost. This may again not be the best thing for you if you're already on a low budget, which is why I recommend partnership for you. But if you have somewhat of a budget and have what it takes to basically make your decision, solo is definitely right for you. But just know that you're going to handle all of the cost for the Shopify store along with the ads. And when you start putting out ads, costs rise up really quickly without you even knowing, and they accumulate pretty fast. But that is definitely one of the cons of solo. In addition, you may not always have someone to talk about your problems with. So let's also write this down. Can't share your problems in e-commerce. For this, I'm not speaking about personal problems, or rather business problems. Whether you're struggling with launching your first ad or getting something set up on your website, you don't really have someone to speak to. And speaking of problems, I actually do offer mentoring if you feel that you are in this situation where you're having problems with your store or you're just not finding the results that you want. Just comment down below if you want to get mentored by me and I'll get back to you. But this is definitely one of the biggest problems of going solo. And the third and final problem that comes along with going solo is that you have to handle all the work by yourself. So you don't really get the time to focus on marketing, which is the number one thing that you should be focusing on. So don't have enough time to focus on the important stuff. But overall, go with the partnership if you want someone to work with you and share all of your problems, or you don't have the budget. But on the other hand, go solo if you know that you can handle all of these problems yourself and make all of the decisions. Q4 is coming up very soon, and this is honestly the best time to get into Shopify because it just becomes super easy to sell anything through Facebook ads. So if you haven't already gotten into Shopify, make sure to either do it with a partner or go solo if you have what it takes. But if you guys did find any type of value in this video, make sure to smash that like button down below. It really helps me put out more videos just like these ones. And I'll see you guys next time.